Oi oi ratbags, it's Jade, welcome to an Access show. Today taking a look at everything to do with the Walking Dead game franchises. What is going on with Overkills The Walking Dead? The 4-player co-op game has actually been cancelled. It won't be appearing on Xbox and PS4. I'm going to be giving you all the information about that. What else though is happening with The Walking Dead the final season? Obviously huge news before Christmas when Telltale Games, the publisher and creators of this, went under. Their business completely folded, and so the rights were bought back by Skybound Studios, the actual owners of the Walking Dead IP, because obviously Robert Kirkman is the creator of the Walking Dead. He also owns Skybound. We've got a release date for episode 4, the final episode in the final season of this franchise. But there are some interesting things to note as well, including how they've moved over to the Epic Game Store. It really looks like Skybound are taking back pretty much all their licensing from games. Where are they going to go forward in the future? The Walking Dead really hasn't had that much luck when it comes to porting over the TV series or the comic book over to gaming. Apart from Telltale's Walking Dead the first season, many of the attempts have really gone badly, including one of the first, Survival Instincts, back in 2013. This horrible trashy game on the Xbox 360 and the PS3 really didn't do The Walking Dead any justice, focusing on some of the characters that were probably the least likeable, Merle and Daryl. But it looks like that is not going to be regarded as the worst Walking Dead game anymore. The BBC and many other news outlets have reported that The Walking Dead by Overkill, the co-op game, has been cancelled. Skybound Entertainment, who own the Walking Dead franchise, said it had broken off its contract with video game developer Starbreeze Studios. In an official statement, Skybound said The Walking Dead did not meet our standards, nor is it the quality we were promised. The game was initially released in November 2018. Technical problems and simplistic gameplay led to mixed reviews from critics and players. It took 4 years for the game to actually come out, first originally starting out in 2014. Many of the trailers focused on the 4 characters in the game, and it looked pretty promising, hopefully going to be delivering lots of story content as well as the co-op shooter you'd expect. However, Skybound said they did their best to work with developers and resolve problems in the game. They remain dedicated to providing their fans with the most premium quality content they can offer. Now, it's only a week or so ago that 505 Games, the publishers of the game, actually stated that it hadn't been cancelled. We just want to clear the position on the Overkills The Walking Dead on console and confirm that the game has not been cancelled, purely postponed while development is ongoing. We will share further news as soon as possible. The game was slated to come to Xbox and PS4, and originally it was going to be coming out at the same time as PC, but they ended up pushing back the console release, and they had originally given a date of sometime in spring 2019. That is no longer happening. It's also been pulled from the Steam store. Try typing in the Overkills Walking Dead and you will just come up with the Steam homepage. There is no actual page where you can buy the game anymore. With a user score of 5.3 and a metascore of 51, it's obviously not the best game going, but I would argue it's probably not the worst. So instead of maybe trying to turn things around, give them a little bit of time to fix things, it looks like Skybound Studios have just ceased production altogether. Skybound Studios have even gone further and are now taking legal action against the game developers Starbreeze Studios. As a result, the game is expected to be removed from new purchases on the PC gaming platform Steam in the near future. Well, that's just happened. Starbreeze, however, are in talks to allow them to deliver extra content for their players who have already paid for it. In a statement, Nigel Niermark, acting CEO of Starbreeze, said, "We are deeply sorry for the issues this may cause anyone who has bought the game. We're working urgently to attempt to resolve the issue." It looks like Skybound are actually taking positive action before something really hits Starbreeze. Starbreeze, the studio behind Payday, are looking likely to also fold and go out of existence. Payday was an incredible hit when it first came out, and Payday 2 still managed to pull in lots of money for the publishers and the developers. They were recently slated to produce System Shock 3 as well. However, they've recently filed for administration and they are being investigated for insider trading. That does look like Skybound didn't want to be left with another situation like Telltale Games where they had to maybe try and wrangle or buy the rights back for something they originally owned. You're seeing an update for the Overkills Walking Dead that has just gone live, or was meant to have gone live very recently, meant to improve a whole host of the features and problems. Basically lots of people disconnecting from the game, spending an hour playing it and then not getting a chance to get any of the rewards afterwards. There is also problems ahead for Payday 2 of course. That recently also had an update and it looks like that will be the last one the game ever receives. So that is pretty much it for the Overkills Walking Dead. If you did buy the game and you're looking for a refund, I'm pretty sure Steam will allow you to get one. Otherwise, if you're holding out for some sort of content, very much a case of maybe that not happening. As for Payday 2, well, nothing's been confirmed yet. The game is still in development technically, but as I said, the problems the studio is facing and with the financial coming out of it, especially if Skybound actually starts suing Overkill or Starbreeze Studios, then that means there is going to be significant problems for the studio going ahead in the future. So that just leaves the Telltale's Walking Dead the final season as the last gaming part of the universe. That has also caused a little bit more controversy since it was bought out by Skybound Games. It recently announced that it would no longer be available on Steam. It has moved over to the Epic Games Store, and it is another example of Epic using their financial muscle to secure exclusive rights. However, you can still download the remaining episodes if you bought the season pass on Steam. You'll just no longer be able to buy the season pass outright on the Steam store. Surprisingly, this hasn't actually been bombed like a lot of Epic games that are going over to that storefront, like many others like Metro Exodus. Maybe that's because Skybound do have a little bit more goodwill towards it, but considering they're now going around shutting down other games and threatening to sue game studios, how longer can that last? So it looks like whatever goes forward on, this is going to be the last we see of any iteration on the previous Walking Dead games. Maybe they'll go back to the comic source material and produce something based on the comic book characters. Maybe it'll be more tie-ins with the TV show in the future. Who knows if it's going to be any type of first person shooter style game. It doesn't seem the people of the world want that kind of content. But The Walking Dead is pretty much dead at this point. So there we go. Apart from the original series, I think it's fair to say The Walking Dead really just hasn't had the best of times. What do they need to focus on in the future to improve things? What type of game would you like to see based on The Walking Dead? I'm Jade Plays Games. I'll see you right back for another Access show. Don't forget to like, and I'll see you guys later.